So, first question, can you briefly sum up your background and qualifications for us?
Well, I've lived here in Citrus County for, oh my gosh, almost 27 years. And unfortunately, I'm not a native of Florida, although I am at heart. I came from upstate New York all those years ago. Used to a lot of snow when I was growing up. Don't miss it too much. But as far as my education goes, because that's a really important part in extension, I started college down here at Central Florida, College of Central Florida, right here in Citrus County. And then transitioned up to the University of Florida, where I became a true Gator and received some degrees in zoology and environmental microbiology, and finally finished up with my doctorate in environmental toxicology. Did some work with landfills, one of my favorite areas. Actually used the landfill right over here as part of my doctoral work, and had a few publications, and I'm very engaged in my community, and I've been a 4-H leader for the past several years in a variety of clubs, primarily LaCanto Levi's, where I was a leader for forest ecology. Had a bunch of great kids that really wanted to get out into natural Florida and learn all about the trees and the different animals that lived there. And luckily had the opportunity when Miss Amy Duncan retired from her position to move up into becoming a professional extension agent, and have been very fortunate that so many things are going on right now that has opened up some opportunities in extension for a whole new breath of fresh air and some new ideas, and we're really looking forward to growing the office and growing the opportunities that we can provide for our community.
Okay, do you have any special activities or interests outside of work?
Well, I love to sew. I sew and I quilt, and I love chickens. Actually, one of my little pet projects coming up pretty soon, I'm going to be appearing on Ann Black's show, and we're going to be doing a little series about building chicken tractors in your backyard. So hopefully we'll get a lot of people to tune in to her show to see the model of the chicken tractor and learn about building one for yourself and having some chickens in your own backyard.
Okay. But what brought you to the 4-H position? Obviously, you were involved, and as a volunteer.
Yes.
And you had professional involvement in education. So is this just like a combination of those activities?
It was a combination of those activities. I've been very interested in continuing my educational work, and luckily this opportunity presented itself, and I could finally give more back to my community. I've been teaching for several years down here at the college, and used extension a lot in my teaching opportunities for my classes. So it was just a natural progression that I would move into a role with extension.
Okay. Now, you're 4-H director, is that the title?
4-H agent.
4-H agent.
Agent.
Okay. Can you just kind of briefly describe your position, what you do?
Well, the 4-H agent is devoted to growing the 4-H program. We do some organizational work where we promote the 4-H program. We recruit volunteers. We then train those volunteers and get them the materials they need to be successful in the educational activities that they're going to be presenting to their club members. We have a variety of clubs, we have animal clubs, and we have lots of project clubs and community clubs. So there's a whole variety of volunteers involved in promoting our educational opportunities. So there's a lot to be done as to making sure that everyone has what they need and keeping 4-H at the forefront of opportunity for the entire community.
Okay. So, since you've been on the job now a short time, what kind of response have you gotten from 4-H community and from the agriculture community?
I am so fortunate. I have had amazing, positive reactions from all of our stakeholders, from the Master Gardeners and the Agricultural Alliance, and my 4-H leaders and the 4-H youth members. I don't want to forget the 4-H Foundation. I've been working a lot with them lately. As you know, we just finished up the Citrus Stampede Rodeo. What a great success. We actually had over 3,500 attendees at the rodeo for the Friday and Saturday night. And it's just amazing and so heartwarming that there's so many people in our county that are engaged and positive about the programming that we have, and you know, they're so supportive. I just can't say that enough. They're just great people, and you'd love to take them all home and have them at your Thanksgiving dinner table because they're just great people.
Okay, so looking ahead, how is 2014 shaping up for 4-H?
It's going to be a very busy year for 4-H. One of my big objectives is to bring some more STEM opportunities, science, technology, engineering, and math, into our county. There's so much growth going on right now in STEM education, and there's not enough done. There's never enough done for the youth, that we promote these educational opportunities and we give them the tools that they need, and we open up opportunity. That's probably one of the biggest things. A lot of the research now is showing that it's not just that they make the decision, even if they're not the A student or they're not excelling in math, just getting them to be more engaged and to be involved in math science programs can steer them later on in life towards those types of degrees and careers. So, you know, it's not only about the top students. Too much attention is paid to, oh, let's be the top guy and then we're going to be so successful. Not everyone is going to be at the top of that grade scale, because the grade scale doesn't really measure who you are and who you potentially can be. So that's one of my big objectives moving forward into 2014. And we are also working on, growing our program and getting more people involved and engaged in our summer camps, and we're going to be offering some new day camps once the summertime gets a little closer, maybe for spring break and those types of areas. We're actually planning, I'll let you in on a secret. We're actually planning a Clover Tea Party. Yes, a Clover Tea Party. We're going to be having some manners lessons, and it's going to be a great event, and I'm really looking forward to getting everybody in here to spend some time with us.
That's great. Okay, is participation in Citrus County, participation in 4-H, is it expanding? Is it shrinking? Is it status quo?
We've seen some growth lately. We actually have a couple new clubs that have started. And of course, we're always in need of more volunteers. We know that there are a lot of people out there that have the skills and the talents that we would like to target, and we would love to have them come on in and share their history with us, because that's again how we grow our community, and that's what 4-H is all about. It's about our community and supporting each and every one of us. So that's what we're working towards.
Okay, and finally, are there, and you alluded to this a little bit, that there's non-agricultural aspects to 4-H that might appeal to young people who don't have a traditional agriculture connection?
Oh yes, we have a ton of opportunities. We are actually going to be doing some rocket building and some robot building. We'll have a little weekend workshop coming up very soon. Working on getting some materials in here that will allow people to construct their own little mini robot. You will not have to ask your mother for that $150 robot set for Christmas this year. No. Just hang on for a couple months and you can come and learn how to bring your mother's junk drawer to the extension office and build your very own robot that, hey, potentially will start cleaning your mother's floor, and she's really gonna like you a lot.
Anything else new and exciting that you think people should know about 4-H?
We, as you just asked, we are not just about agriculture. We're not just about dairy cows and steers and pigs and chickens. You can come and you can be engaged in sewing. You can do public speaking. You can do wind energy. We can look at alternative sources. You can do gardening. You can do canning. There camping, fishing, bicycling, cats, dogs. The list goes on. And I just want to encourage more people to, come and just find out what we have, because you're going to really be surprised.
Okay, well, unless you got anything else you absolutely want to add, that's really all I have.
I think
covered it.
We're good.